Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tom Worth Jr. and today is a subtle reminder that the things you think about determine the quality of your mind. And I'm reading here my screen. Your soul takes on the color of your thoughts. That's a mouthful. That is the English translation of what Marcus Aurelius wrote over 1800 years ago, I would say. He died in 180 AD. He was, of course, the well-known Roman emperor, Stoic philosopher. If you ever saw the Gladiator movie with Russell Crowe, he was the awesome guy that, spoiler alert, that was killed in the beginning of the movie by his terrible son. But Marcus Aurelius was the old, wise, wonderfully hearted emperor of Rome. And he said these words almost 2,000 years ago. He knew that what you thought about all day determined the quality of your mind, and your very soul was colored by those thoughts. And I happen to believe that. And I believe it so strongly that 5 or 10 years ago I went out and was looking for Marcus Aurelius quotes. I had a little bedside book. I mean, it's like this tall, probably by my bedside right now, the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius. It's great. It's little aphorisms. And you read that today and you can't believe that. I mean, it's like it was written today by a really smart, well-meaning person. You have thoughts like that by a guy like Marcus Aurelius. And you have Donald Trump. And it applies to him. What does Donald Trump think about all day? What colors his thoughts? We all know what colors his thoughts. We all know that it's kind of a chaotic mess in his brain, one would imagine. But there's nothing good swirling around in there. There's nothing positive or helpful or constructive coloring his thoughts. And the quality of his mind reflects that. I created a playlist today for the first time on the channel. If you ever go into, I'm sure you all know this, but if you're on YouTube and you're on someone's channel, you can touch on videos and it'll be a list in reverse chronological order of the videos. You can also create playlists if that's your channel. And I hadn't done that before, but I woke up this morning and I did that. And it's just a list of my Trump videos, starting with the oldest one and then rolling up to the newest one. And I just called it Against Trump, because I had in mind from the first video I did on this lifelong Republican against Trump, and then yesterday's pro-lifer against Trump, that is the purpose of this channel and of this effort, is just against Trump. And whenever I think against Trump, I think of this guy named Origen of Alexandria. He was a Christian apologist, which is just someone who explains and defends the Christian faith. He was born 5 years after Marcus Aurelius died, so that's almost 2,000 years ago also. And one of his most famous works was just called Against Celsus, or Paracelsus. It was in Latin, probably. I guess it would have been in Latin, maybe Greek, I don't know. But Against Celsus. And the point of that was to take apart this pagan philosopher that had written a book decades before and was pretty influential. And so he was just going point by point to refute what this other guy had written. And it was very effective. And it's the only way we even know of what Celsus wrote. There are no surviving copies of that dude's actual works. But Origen of Alexandria was so thorough and so effective, leaving no stone unturned, and he wanted to be credible, and historians are pretty certain that everything contained in the original work by Celsus that Origen was refuting is contained in Origen's work. And that's what I'm kind of trying to do here with every terrible thing about Trump, is just point by point. One of my commenters was commenting that he could, or that they could see the methodical way that I'm taking down what Trump does and what he tries to do. And that is what I'm doing. And I'm trying to do it in a way that's I'm not making stuff up. Whenever you see Trump, like with the ridiculousness about the Arlington National Cemetery, first of all, they attacked the cemetery staffer, saying that it was their fault. And then Trump on video later says, oh, actually, this is probably something that the other side put out. We didn't actually do this. So every word coming out of his mouth is a lie, and everybody knows it. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to be fact-based. I'm trying to use actual things that happened in his presidency and in his campaigns and in his lawsuits that have, I'm just dealing in fact here. So I called the playlist Against Trump. Some of my videos are just called Against Trump. And that's really all we're doing here. If we were in a normal political contest, that's a common tactic, is to not talk about what you stand for, but instead to try to instill fear about what the other side stands for. But before Trump came along, we weren't actually in that environment, and anybody who thought about it rationally could see that. You could look at the ads of either side, and it would just be the heavy voiceover and the fear and they're making up things, and you can see right through it, and it's laughable. It is very similar to if you ever see Lindsey Graham, even right now, when Trump will say ridiculous things and there's just no defending it at all, so his people don't even try. And you'll see someone like Lindsey Graham on the cable news shows, and they'll ask him point blank, Trump said this. How could he say that? Do you think he actually believes that? And Lindsey Graham will always start out by saying, well, I think we should, I think we should talk about whatever we should talk about. And then the interviewer will continue on, well, no, he actually said this about this thing. Let's talk about this. And Lindsey Graham will go, okay, you know what? I think what people should really be focused on are the 800 million fully armed insurgents amassed at the Nogales checkpoint who are about to fan out across Arizona and then through the United States and raping and killing and drug addicting every American along the way, and we're all gonna, that's what I'm used to. It's just taken to a new level by people like Lindsey Graham now and any Trump supporter. J.D. Vance trying to explain off Trump's pro-life waffling. They always want to shift it and talk about something else. They're not owning anything he does or says because they know it is indefensible. Because the things that determine the quality of his mind are so they're so poisonous and they're so destructive. Nobody wants to even address it or try to defend it. They can't go against him, but they can try to deflect and try to shift focus back on to where it needs to be. That's why I'm making this channel. That's why I call my playlist Against Trump. That's why some of my videos are called Against Trump, because unlike other political contests, it really is secondary to what the other candidate is doing. Trump is the threat here, and this is what people from all sides are recognizing, and I'm just another voice to add to that chorus. that's all for today. Enjoy the weekend. We've got college football started this weekend. We've got the pros starting this Thursday. It's American football for all you non-Americans out there. And I hope everyone has a great day. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.